Hey, this is Kim, guys, here. Want to make sure that I get back on and encourage you all, as the balance doctor, do not panic regarding what's happening here. We know that people are getting their uh, items stocked up, ranging from, any canned good items, bread, milk, eggs, whatever it is that you want to stock up on to make sure that your family has what it needs. But I want to make sure that I come on, as I've expressed to you that I would, as the balance doctor, to let you know that there's information that's being shared that throughout the world, throughout the country, I mean, everywhere. It's major shutdowns that's occurring. And what's happening is there are like things, for example, of not having people, more than 50 people congregating together. But even in instances where people aren't being willing to comply, there are places that are considering shutting down completely, as far as from a governmental perspective, and making sure that there is a full shutdown. And I won't go into every source because it's not formally public yet, but if I'm telling you this, it's because I have gotten privy to this information, that you definitely want to go and get some more things stocked up. And if you can today, go do those things and get it stocked up for your family. But the other thing I wanted to share, I've gotten some things, and I'll share some of the things that I have here. And water is obviously essential. Make sure you get lots of water. I got some meats. In my case, my family likes like chicken wings and chicken breast and fish. So we have some fish and different things like that. Paper products, orange juice, some different things that I know my family likes. Everybody's family likes different things. So you get what your family enjoys, and make sure that you are stocked up. Water, of course, is essential for every family, so we have lots of water. Anyway, I thought it would be also important to let you know that from a scriptural perspective, that there's a story in the Bible, a parable in the Bible, when it's talking about the five. Let's talk about this for a second. I have Sean here with me, and I told her to pull the scripture up.
Hey y'all, so much for social distancing, right?
Oh yeah, girl, get yourself 6 feet apart.
So here it is. Matthew 25 talks about the parable of the 10 virgins, and some of you may remember it well. Others may not. There were 10 virgins. 5 were wise, 5 were foolish, because they all had their lamps, but 5 of them had their oil for the lamps, and 5 did not.
Right.
And so there was supposed to be this big party. The bridegroom was coming, and what ended up happening is that when they fell asleep, they got notice that, hey, the bridegroom's coming, the bridegroom is coming. And that's when the foolish virgin said, hey, give me some of your oil. And the 5 wise virgins said, no, there won't be enough for you and for me. And so they thought they had more time, but they didn't. And the bridegroom came, the 5 virgins who were prepared went in, and the door was closed. What does that have to do with you? These grocery stores will be closing down. They haven't told you that yet. Don't wait until they tell you, and then you can't get anything. Don't be like the foolish virgins who are not prepared. This is the time to prepare now. Anytime your federal government, anytime your state government is telling you that you're going to do this without them, that means that they are closing. The other thing that I will tell you is go to your banks today. Make sure you have some cash on hand. This is not hysteria. This is being prepared. Because if for any reason our electronic grids go out and you can't use your credit card, how are you going to eat? What will you be able to trade with? You won't have anything, and you will be like the foolish virgin. So don't be foolish, be prepared.
Yes, so I wanted to make sure that I got on and not just talk from a panic perspective, but from a realistic perspective. Some of the things that we're hearing from the actual employees at different entities is that they're having a shortage of drivers. So it's not like when you can't find toilet tissue in your local area that the actual toilet tissue company provider is out. It's literally that there's such a high demand nationwide for these items, like the hand sanitizer, the toilet paper, water, is that the drivers is not enough drivers to be able to keep everything flowing quickly enough to these different entities. And I definitely, as you see Costco behind me, I recommend bulk shopping. And here they have big billboards that say we are out of the following items. We're out of tissue, we're out of water, hand sanitizer. They're not out of water, actually. They still have some different brands, but they have hand sanitizer, toilet paper, and other things that they're formally out of. So in your local area, go ahead and do your shopping and make sure that your family is prepared And as Sean talked about, not being one of the five foolish virgins, but being those that are wise. And I definitely don't have the philosophy that I wouldn't give you any of my oil. I would give you some of my oil any day. That's my philosophy. So Sean looked back. Sean looked back at her, corner of her eye like a side eye, like,
None of my oil. I'm sorry.
Sean.
Listen, I done told you, go get your oil, go get your food, and while you're at it, be a blessing to the elderly. They are at risk. So if you know elderly people who may not be able to get out, go and be a blessing to them. Go fill up your gas tanks. Y'all, this is imminent. It's not something that they're thinking about happening. And just like everybody was laughing all over Facebook, that, hey, what you gonna do with all that tissue? Now I have mine, but you don't have yours.
Girl, don't say that on my post. Oh, okay. Come on.
But
Okay,
listen,
we're two different people. Disclaimer. Disclaimer. She's grabbing my arm. She's grabbing my arm.
but I don't mean it in a negative way. What I'm saying is being prepared sometimes is preparing ahead of time. So last Saturday, I got my tissue not knowing that this was going to happen. None of us could have foreseen some of this stuff. But now that we know, I'm urging you, please go out, get your milk.
You almost said get your oil, right?
Yes, I said get your oil. Get your oil, which is your milk, your canned goods. You know, you don't have to hoard it, but make sure you have enough so that if you can't get out in the next 4 weeks, 8 weeks, your family is good. That's all I'm saying.
That's all we're saying. And I mean, that's the overarching point of what we're saying here. If you get an opportunity to go ahead and get things stocked up, your oil, your milk, bread, rice, different things, that just some, canned vegetables, whatever, to make sure that you have what you need for your family is what I'm encouraging you to do during this time. And just, pray for everyone, because there are some people that have already contracted coronavirus and they're surviving. It's not like everybody's that gets it is actually passing away. Right now, I think yesterday when I checked, it was like about 80% of the people that had contracted it did survive. So it's not like everyone that gets the virus is actually passing away or anything. So that's very important to note too. But again, it's so many people that are contracting it, and we don't know where it is because you have it for 2 to 14 days prior to even finding out that you actually, that someone's pulling up, finding out that you actually have the actual disease. So that's important to note too. So it could be incubating in your system for, here, let me show you some. Okay, Sean's helping me, but anyway, okay. So see, she's not she's I got it. She's helping her sister out, but there's some of my meats and stuff. And then I want to make sure that I just show you. And in sometimes there are like situations like I like certain kinds of rice. Well, guess what? It's not time to be picky. I got the rice that was available, because you can't be so picky in situations and times like this. So be mindful of that too. So in my case, I got like a big bag of rice. And even if there is, in the next 2 weeks or whatever, I have a large family. So for me, it's very important that I have what I need at home for my family, because we're not going to be out. 3 of my children, they have cystic fibrosis. And so I'm not about to have their immune systems further compromised at all, especially with them. They want to relax and be home. I had started homeschooling. Look how God works. I had already started homeschooling my children back in January, but it wasn't because of the coronavirus or anything. It was simply because we were transitioning to a homeschool situation. Huh? Oh yeah, you did. Let me tell you who suggested it. Okay, go ahead. So Sean suggested it, and definitely Taja helped me from A to Z. So this is a shout out to you, Taja, for helping me like literally get up and running with the homeschool program with my children, like quick and in a hurry. So all of the things that I would have had to know and learn the process of, I was able to learn it quickly because Taja did a formal training for me. And so thank you so much, Taja, for doing that and allowing my children to be a part of a similar homeschool program that your children are affiliated with. It's such a blessing when people are a blessing. So my children have already been in homeschool environment and doing quite well. Listen, if you are in need of some help from a balance perspective, sometimes you have people that are now spending time with their children, and normally your children are at school, you're at work, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is a little bit different for me. get the help that you need. Take advantage of the coaching that I'm offering, and anything that you have need of. If you need help with scholarships, because it's time to still be researching and looking for scholarships. You're home maybe, and if you're home, why not research and look for your scholarships? That's what Sean is an expert at.
Because let me say this, while you may be on an extended spring break, those scholarship deadlines will not extend. They won't, because there's no reason for them to. So this is the time to dig deep, for you to look and see what's out there. Get your kids, put them to work, and make sure that they are secure in their future, because this too shall pass. And when it does, you still want to be prepared.
That's right. And you're right. That's a key thing. This too shall pass, because everything will pass. So we know that. And God is the author. He's the finisher of our faith, and he's in control of everything. So we're not in any kind of fearful state, no panic mode, but just be prepared. And it's wise to be prepared. It's godly to be prepared. So anytime somebody is suggesting to you that you not be prepared, girl, I'm not going to go out there and go get in that line. Girl, bye. You better get in that line and go ahead and get your stuff. When they opened, we were here and in place to be able to walk in. It wasn't mad chaos. It is now, because if you waited too late, then there's a lot popping off. But get in the line and do what you need to do to have what you need for your family and be covered. Okay, so I am going to let you know, if you want any kind of tips or advice or one-on-one coaching, please reach out to me. You can inbox me, and you can also inbox Sean Hall for any kind of scholarship help. She'd be honored to help you with that.
Hey, I also do homeschool consultation, because I was able to homeschool my oldest daughter from first grade all the way through high school. She graduated with a 4.6 GPA, went on to UNC School of the Arts and graduated there with a 3.7 GPA. I know my way around, and so does Kim. Resources are available. Reach out. Open your mouth.
Oh no, I'm not the homeschool. I'm not the homeschool expert. Sean helped me navigate through all of the different options, and then Taja, who actually officially helped me get into the program that she was in, so that's what I was able to do starting in January of this past year. I'm gonna put this in the car. Yeah, so that's how I was able to do this. But if you need help with sanity, balancing all different aspects of life, trying to manage your business and do some entrepreneurial kind of stuff, but then you're also trying to set up your home environment. You're now trying to figure out what's going to be the space for the children. How are they going to have a carved out area, especially if you don't have a lot of space in your home? It's a lot of things like that. Kind of like that super nanny woman. That's kind of what I can do to help you make sure that you and your family not losing your minds as you're going through some of these transitions and some of these times of crisis. All right. Okay. Also, when you're out shopping and stuff, be mindful. If your kids like certain things, like my kids love this, then I'm not going to come here and just get stuff that I'm like, oh, they just going to get some stuff that I want them to get. I'm going to get some things that they would enjoy too. And so outside of getting things that you know are necessary, get some things that you know they might enjoy also. All right. That's all I can to tell you for right now. Anything else you want to say?
This is a time to go back to the old school, y'all. You remember Jacks? How many of y'all were the Jack Rock Queen?
I can pick up all of them.
All of them.
And double dutch.
Double Dutch, pick up sticks,
all that.
all of the board games.
I did get winded just now when I was doing the double.
All of those fun games. This is a great time to reintroduce them
Hopscotch.
To your children. Utilize your garage. Be inside and be safe, but also let them know that while this is stressful, God has not called us to fear. We remember Joshua 1:9, have I not commanded you to be strong and courageous? Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. So this is the time to dig in, have fun, be with your kids, and know that God is with you.
Always. And one of my favorite scriptures is, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not into your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. All right, y'all, in the midst of all of this, try to have as much fun as you can. Don't let anything steal your joy, because God loves, he's our joy, he's our strength, he's our peace, he's our understanding, he's our healer, he's our everything. So you praising the Lord out here in the park?
Right here. Listen, let me tell you something. You never know who you're going to meet. I had a doctor's appointment at 7 o'clock this morning because I didn't want to be in there with everybody else who was sick. And when I came out, this woman was crying. And rather than just dismiss it, I said, are you okay? She said, I'm trying to be. I said, let's pray. Do you mind if I pray for you? And we went right into the throne, her and the other lady who was sitting there. And by the time we finished, we glorified God. And like I told her, like I'm going to tell you, it's going to be all right. There's nothing on the earth that's happening that God has not already given the enemy to do. So that means that God was aware. Before this happened, God already knew. He's already said at the end of our lives, do not be worried. Do not be concerned. Your Father has it under control.
Speaking of which, if you need a prayer, you can definitely inbox me for that. And me, all of these mother dreamers that are prayer warriors and women of God and pastors and people that I'm affiliated with, I will get you to the right sources to get that prayer through, and we will get some prayer done on your behalf right on the spot. So not like I'm trying to say I'm now the new televangelistic department, but I definitely can get a prayer through. I believe that with my whole heart. All right. Take care, everybody. Be encouraged. Go get your shopping and have a great, safe time with your family and your loved ones. Talk to you soon. This has been Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Go subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show. This is a good time for you to go catch up on all of the shows that you may have not seen so far. Go turn on your notifications, and I will talk with you soon. Love you all. Bye-bye.